Hello. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about the traits of a sensitive person. Now, in my book, which is entitled Too Kind, a Survival Guide for Sensitive Souls, um, I really was targeting the clients that I speak to a lot who tend to have a lot of traits of being a sensitive person. And obviously, I call them sensitive souls, which sounds a bit nicer in the title of the book. But I just thought we would just talk about some of the common traits. And I wonder if you recognize any of these in yourself. Obviously, not everybody has all the traits of everything. This is just an example. And you may find that some of these resonate with you and some of them don't. So I've always identified myself as a person who's very sensitive. And the most common thing that I've often felt is the very deep sense of empathy. It's a feeling of feeling everything very deeply and being able to sort of tune in to other people and their problems and their worries and really kind of connect with what they're going through, which is probably what makes me good at my job. So it's kind of understanding and picking up other people's emotions and kind of really caring about how other people feel. This can be a real gift, but it can be quite a burden. So it's brilliant if you're in a caring profession, if you're, a nurse or a doctor or anybody who works with people on a very kind of personal level, a carer or somebody like that, but all of these people who have these traits, whatever job they find themselves in, they need to really learn how to protect themselves to stay safe so that they don't pick up too much, because they can be susceptible to picking up too much energy from somebody else and getting quite overwhelmed. So having the sort of awareness, they can pick up subtle changes and really pick up an atmosphere in a room, and they can sort of sense when somebody's not the same, or if there's some slight shift in somebody's mood, or if they just are, not feeling themselves. The people who are sensitive can pick up these feelings from other people without even talking to them. They can just kind of sense it. It's almost like a sixth sense. Some of the real positives of being sensitive is that these people can be very creative and imaginative and are able to connect with animals and nature and all things bright and beautiful, if you like, because they're kind of free in their spirit when they're not hampered by being overwhelmed and sort of burdened. But they also, on the negative side, they may have been told since they were children, "Oh, you're too sensitive. You're too sensitive. You can't handle criticism." And actually, lots of people I work with, they do say, they find it difficult when people criticize them, or they're so afraid of criticism. They're so afraid of their boss or somebody in their team at work suggesting something isn't quite perfect or up to scratch, that it actually can hold them back. So that is something that could do with developing, because obviously the more we have information coming in, the more we can improve and the more we can change and pivot and improve something. So actually being very sensitive to criticism isn't really a positive thing. It's actually can be quite a hindrance. So that's something to work on. The other thing that some sensitive people have, which not everybody resonates with all of these traits, as I said at the beginning, but one of them is they can become quite overstimulated. They can find too much noise, too many people, too much input coming in through their senses overwhelming. And, I really love art galleries and places like that, but I can find them kind of sometimes there's sort of too much stimuli. I like to sort of go look at certain things and then go back another day rather than look at everything all in one go, because it can be a bit overwhelming. And some sensitive people also really enjoy peace and solitude and their own company. So some of these traits can connect with introversion as well, but not necessarily. Not all sensitive people are introverts. Not all sensitive people have all of these traits. But these are just some of the things that I have recognized in the clients that I've worked with a lot. And these are some of the people that I've written about in my book. So if this is of interest to you, then you'll probably be interested in my book, which is coming out in May. And I have 2 events coming up. I have an online book launch on the 9th of May, which is a free book launch. And I have the in-person event in London, which is a party, a celebration, and there are still tickets available for that. So if you're interested in either of those, send me a message or have a look on the page and you'll find it there. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this has given you something to think about. See you soon.